Welcome to the next episode of the Dark Web Deacon. Before we begin, be sure to smash that subscribe button, click the bell to turn on notifications, and check out the latest items in the Dark Web Deacon merch store. There is a link in the video description below, and become a true Dark Web enthusiast. New videos are published every Monday and Thursday. What is Gettr, and should I dump Twitter for it? Now, on this channel, I don't talk politics, since I find those who constantly talk about politics generally have nothing original to say, and usually they have an IQ that hovers around that talking gorilla from the 90s and 2000s, Coco. However, I will talk about some of the politics that is swirling around Gettr at the end of this video, just so that you're fully informed.
It's not so bad, Homer. They go into your nose and they let you keep the piece of brain they cut out. Look. Ooh, hello.
For now, let's talk tech. With Joe Rogan announcing he is joining Gettr, it will seriously give credibility to the platform. On the 3 subsequent days after Joe Rogan announced he was joining the platform, Gettr saw daily signups of 171,000 on day 1, 341,000 on day 2, and 545,000 signups on day 3. So definitely Joe Rogan had a major impact, and I expect that to continue over the following days and weeks. The name Gettr is inspired by the words getting together. The Gettr pitch is that they are a social media platform that promotes free speech, common sense, and creating a true marketplace of ideas. You just need an email address to sign up, and it has a very similar look and feel to Twitter. Obviously, the number of people on Twitter is drastically larger, with about 400 million users, compared to about 5 million on Gettr, based on November stats and Joe Rogan's inertia. Now let's review some of the high-level Gettr technical specs. You can enter up to 777 characters. You can upload videos up to 3 minutes in length. The platform also hosts live streams in the Live tab of the app. Prior to its initial release, their PR claimed to have the ability to import copies of your Twitter content, but I do not see that functionality in the current release, nor do I expect Twitter to ever allow it. You can, however, repost links to old Twitter posts, of course. The overall look and feel almost looks exactly like Twitter. So jumping from Twitter to Gettr has no real learning curve. Twitter has a home, search, happening, notifications, and mail, direct mail at the bottom menu of the app, with a profile in the upper left corner. Gettr has home, search, your profile, notifications, and settings in the lower tabs, with search including things like trending, directly looking for people, or live streams. Both have the ability to follow, mute, block, or report another user. The only real deficiency that I see currently is Gettr doesn't seem to have a direct message capability like Twitter currently has. I've been on it a few days, and overall the performance and UX I have found to be just as good as Twitter. Now for 3 quick points around the politics swirling around Gettr. Number 1, Wenwei. He's a Chinese billionaire real estate developer who's currently exiled in New York City after being charged with numerous fraud attempts by the Chinese government. He heavily bankrolled the initial launch of Gettr and has been highly critical of the Chinese government and its corruption. And apparently, he was banned from Facebook at the behest of the Chinese government. So you decide.
You did not come under pressure from the Chinese government or any of its representatives or people working for them to block his account or to block whatever it is you blocked.
We did receive a report from representatives of the Chinese government about the account. We analyzed that report as we would any other.
Point number 2, their current CEO, Jason Miller, is a former Trump advisor, which is definitely an issue for many of those in corporate media, but it'll be upon you to decide as a free American if this is something that you care about or not. Point number 3, the media has characterized this merely as an app for those who support right-wing politics. And I think a kernel of that is true initially, since those individuals were the most impacted often by big tech censorship. However, with Joe Rogan moving to the platform and others, I think it will become a landing spot for those who have libertarian or centrist views. On a personal level, I like options. So the bottom line, I agree with Joe Rogan that Twitter's censorship has gone too far and is pushing people to develop new platforms like Gettr. Gettr is a viable option, but be smart and treat them just like any other tech company, and be wary of what data and how much data you share with them. Remember, when it comes to technology, trust no one except yourself and the dark web Deacon. Thanks for watching, and as always, please like, subscribe, and provide comments, and turn on notifications by clicking the bell in order to check out future videos published twice a week.